We were young when the city knew our names. Two reckless hearts playing dangerous games. We had empty pockets and dreams too big, running from the past through the smoking mist. You said we never become like them, never let the money change who we'd been. We swore our friendship would survive every storm, but we never knew what the future had in store. And the first deal changed everything. Suddenly strangers wanted to know our names. We bought better clothes, we drove through town, started believing we'd never come back down. But every step toward the life we desired took us closer to the things we once despised. I saw the hunger growing in your eyes, and something between us slowly started to die. When did the laughter turn into silence? When did trust become something we question? We had the world before us somehow. Now I don't even know who we are now. Look at what we became, two strangers carrying the same old name. We traded our hearts for a life of gold, lost something precious that money can't hold. You became the man I feared you'd be, and I became someone you couldn't believe. We had everything before the world changed. Tell me, brother, what did we become? I remember the night we stood on that bridge, watching the city from the edge of the ridge. You said one day we'll own all of this. I laughed and told you that nothing could break us. Years later I stood in that very same place, but there was no laughter left on your face. You looked at me like I was the enemy, like all those years meant nothing to you or me. You wanted the throne, I wanted peace, but neither of us knew how to leave. Every argument became another scar, every betrayal pushed us farther apart. We stopped saying brother, started saying names, started keeping secrets and shifting the blame. The people around us chose their side, while everything we built slowly died. I still remember who you were before the money and the locked door. Sometimes I close my eyes and see the brother who once believed in me. Look at what we became, two strangers carrying the same old name. We traded our hearts for a life of gold, lost something precious that money can't hold. You became the man I feared you'd be, and I became someone you couldn't believe. We had everything before the world changed. Tell me, brother, what did we become? We built together, every room reminds me of another era. Your old jacket still hangs by the door, like you're coming back the way you did before. I kept it there, though I know you're gone. Some part of me still can't move on. The empire grew, but our friendship died, and no amount of money can turn back time. I've learned that power doesn't make you strong. Sometimes it only teaches you how to hide what's wrong. We were afraid of losing what we made, so we sacrificed everything that couldn't be replaced. I wonder if you ever regret that night when we chose the crown instead of making things right. Maybe somewhere beneath all the pride, you're still the brother who stood by my side. If I could go back, I'd choose differently. I'd choose your hand instead of the throne for me. I choose the nights when we had nothing at all. Before we learned that kingdoms could fall, we thought being rich meant we'd finally be free. But the richest thing we had was you and me. Now the city knows our story by heart. Two brothers who built it and tore it apart. The crown was never worth what we lost. Some victories come with too high a cost. Look at what we became. Two strangers carrying the same old name. We traded our hearts for a life of gold. Lost something precious that money can't hold. You became the man I feared you'd be, and I became someone you couldn't believe. We had everything before the world changed. Tell me, brother, what did we become? Look at what we became. A story written in regret and shame. We could have walked away before it was too late. Could have chosen love instead of our fate. Now the empire stands, but we're worlds apart. Two broken men with the same old heart. If there's a road back from everything we've done, I hope someday we both find where we came from. We were brothers. We were kings. We had nothing, and we had everything. Now the city carries our name, but nothing will ever be the same. I still remember who you were. I still remember who I was. And sometimes I wonder if we had chosen each other instead of the crown, what would we have become? They taught us never to speak, never to question the night. What happens behind closed doors stays buried out of sight. Cars waiting in the rain, cigarette smoke in the cold. Everybody knows the rules, nobody says what they know. I learned to read a man's eyes, learn when the handshake was fake, learn that loyalty is heavy when there's everything at stake. So when they ask me what I saw, I tell them nothing at all. When they ask me who was there, I say nobody called. No matter, we don't speak, we don't betray. What was buried in the darkness stays buried where it lay. That's the promise that we made. I'd rather carry every secret than watch my brothers pay. There was blood beneath the headlights. Rain was washing down the street. Someone whispered someone's name. Then the silence took its seat. I remember every face there, every shadow, every sound. But I've spent my whole life learning never to turn around. threaten me with prison. They can promise me a way, but some things are never spoken. Some debts are never paid. On the top, we don't speak, we don't betray. What was buried in the darkness stays buried where it lay. On the top, that's the promise that we made. I'd rather carry every secret than watch my brothers pay. Maybe silence made us stronger. Maybe silence made us cold. Maybe every secret buried took another piece of our souls. I still hear them in the midnight, all the voices from before, but I never tell their stories. I don't open that door. Now the streets don't look the same, and the faces disappear. I'm still carrying the memories of the men I once called dear. Everybody wants the truth now, but the truth comes with a price, and I've already paid enough for keeping people alive. Oh, matter, we don't speak, we don't betray. What was buried in the darkness stays buried where it lay. Oh, matter, even when the years go by, I'll take every secret with me when they lay me down to die. No names, no stories, no betrayal, just silence. Midnight changes everything. The streets get quieter. The lights get colder. And the men who have something to hide finally start talking. But not for long. Because around here, nobody talks after midnight. Clock hit 12, the city went still. Rain on the pavement, smoke on the hill. Black suits walking through the neon glow. Everybody knows, but nobody knows. A glass on the table, a gun underneath. The promise made quietly, a lie with his teeth. You could hear the old floorboards under our feet, while the men in the corner discussed who they keep. I was sitting with the brothers I had known since I was young, watching every cigarette burn while nobody said a word. Then somebody asked the question that should never have been asked, and the room went cold immediately. Because there are things you don't mention, there are names you don't repeat, and there are doors you never open when the night is incomplete. Nobody talks after midnight. Nobody tells what they know. What happens underneath these street lights stays beneath them when we go. Secrets in the darkness and let the morning strikes 12, nobody talks. There was a man called Marco who could never hold his tongue, always talking about the money, always bragging about the ones he'd won. He thought fear made him powerful, thought the city knew his name, but he never understood the difference between respect and shame. One night he said too much in the bar beneath the station, told a stranger about the business, told him everything he'd taken by sunrise. Marco vanished, no goodbye, no trace, just an empty chair where he'd been sitting the day before. I remember looking at it when the news began to spread. Everybody kicked the distance, everybody shook their head. Someone said he had it coming, someone else said let him go, but nobody knew the answer, at least that's what we told them. The boss walked into the room with his hands inside his coat, looked at every man around him like he already knew the truth. He didn't ask a single question, he didn't need to hear a name, he simply said, remember the code. Nobody talks after midnight, nobody tells what they know, what happens underneath these street lights stays beneath them when we go. Nobody talks after midnight, not about the blood, not about the lies. We leave our secrets in the darkness and let the morning tell the night. If you saw me, you saw nothing. If you knew me, you forgot. When the clock strikes 12, nobody talks. Years ago I had a brother who believed we'd live forever. We were young enough to think that nothing could divide us. We'd sit outside the cafe with the city glowing red, talking about leaving someday, starting over somewhere else. But the money came between us, then the power, then the fear, and the man I call my brother slowly disappeared. He started asking questions, I started telling him to stop. He said, if we're really family, why are you afraid to talk? I looked him in the eyes and couldn't give him what he wanted, because sometimes telling someone the truth is the fastest way to lose them. So I watched him walk away, watched his shadow disappear, knowing I just lost my brother to a secret we both feared. Nobody talks after midnight, nobody tells what they know, what happens underneath these street lights stays beneath them when we go. Nobody talks after midnight, not about the blood, not about the lies. We leave our secrets in the darkness and let the morning tell the night. If you saw me, you saw nothing. If you knew me, you forgot. When the clock strikes 12, nobody talks. Now I'm older, sitting alone, same old city, different face. The men who used to run these streets have disappeared without a trace. The restaurant still opens, the church bell still rings, but every empty chair reminds me of the people we once were. Sometimes I hear their voices when the rain begins to fall, like they're standing in the hallway waiting for me to talk. But I don't, I pour another drink, turn the lights down low, and let the silence answer every question that I know. Maybe silence saved my life, maybe silence ruined it. Maybe every word I swallowed was a piece of me I buried. And maybe someday, when there's nobody left to protect, I'll finally tell the truth. But tonight isn't that night. Tonight we keep quiet. The clock is moving toward 12, and I hear a car outside. For a second I'm 17 again, with nowhere left to hide. Footsteps stop beside the doorway, 3 knocks against the wood. I already know who's standing there before I even turn around. It's the last man from the old. Midnight rain on the window pane, black suit hanging in the pouring rain. Another name crossed off the list, another brother that I'll never miss. Not because I wanted him gone, but this life taught me to carry on. I learned real young, trust comes with a cost, and every man I loved eventually got lost. I came from nothing but a dangerous dream, a pocket full of hope and a heart full of screams. We used to swear we'd never change. Now I can't recognize my own name. The streets gave me everything I asked for, then took everything I loved and left me wanting more. Now the whole city knows my face, but nobody knows the man behind the name. They see the suit, they see the gold, they don't see the heart growing cold. I'm a king without a crown, with a kingdom slowly burning down. I built this empire from the pain, now every victory feels the same. I got the money, I got the stars, I got 100 men guarding my heart. But when the lights all fade out, I'm still a king without a crown. There was a time I had a brother, swore he'd never leave me for another. We shared the same blood, shared the same street, shared every little victory we could keep. Then money changed the way he spoke, that would show me how easily loyalty broke. He looked me dead in the eyes one night, and I knew something wasn't right. I gave him chances I couldn't afford, but betrayal always collects what is owed. By sunrise, he was gone from my side, and something inside of me died. I don't hate him, that's the worst part. I just wish I'd never given him my heart. Now every handshake feels like a threat, every promise is a future regret. I sleep with one eye open at night, because trust doesn't survive this life. I'm a king without a crown, with a kingdom slowly burning down. I built this empire from the pain, now every victory feels the same. I got the money, I got the scars, I've got 100 men guarding my heart. But when the lights all fade out, I'm still a king without a crown. She used to wait for me by the door, didn't care what I was fighting for. She saw the boy beneath the man, before the blood was on my hands. She said, you don't have to live this way, you can still walk before it's too late. I kissed her forehead, told her I'd changed, then disappeared into the city again. She left a letter on the kitchen table, said she loved me as long as she was able. I read it once, then put it away, because some truths hurt more than a bullet ever could that day. Oh, now there's an empty chair beside my bed, and every night I hear the words she said. I could buy the whole damn town, but I couldn't buy the one person who brought me down. What good is power when you're alone? What good is gold in an empty home? What good is being feared by men, when you would give it all to feel loved again? I thought the crown would make me whole, but every jewel took another piece of my soul. Now I wear this kingdom like a chain, and every diamond reminds me of the pain. My father told me, son, be strong, the world won't care when everything goes wrong. So I learned to hide every tear, learned to smile when I was terrified of fear. I became the man he wanted to see, but somewhere along the way I buried me. Now young men call me their king, waiting for the orders that tomorrow brings. They die for the name, letters hidden in the back. They don't know the names I prayed for, the souls I couldn't save. They see a king when I walk through town, but they don't see the man underneath the crown. They don't see the loneliness waiting upstairs, or the ghosts that follow me everywhere. I'm a king without a crown, and there's nobody left to hold me down. I won everyone that came my way, but I lost the ones I begged to stay. I got the money, I got the scars, I built my kingdom way too far. Now all I hear when the night comes down is the silence of a king without a crown. I'm a king without a crown, standing where my kingdom once stood proud. All the gold can't bring them back, all the power can't erase the past. If I could trade this life, don't say my name, don't say his name. Close the curtains, kill the lights. Some secrets were never meant to survive the night. Standing in the doorway, two shadows underneath the rain. You had fear inside your eyes, I had blood upon my hands. You asked me if I loved you, I said you already know. You asked me what I'd done that night, I said baby let it go. There were sirens in the distance, black cars waiting down the road. You could feel the danger coming, like a storm nobody knows. I told you not to follow, told you not to ask me why, but you held on to my jacket, and you looked me in the eye. Because there's a line between us that nobody else can see, and if the world finds out the truth, they'll come looking for me. There's a secret between us, one we carry to the grave. You know everything I've done, still you chose to stay. There's a secret between us, something nobody can take. If they ask you where I went tonight, tell them I was far away. Don't give them my name, don't tell them what you knew. Let the whole world believe I disappeared without you. About escaping, leaving everything behind, finding somewhere by the ocean where nobody knew our lives. You said we'd start from nothing, I tell you I believe, but every road I tried to take had another debt to leave. The city knew my footsteps, every corner knew my face. Every man I called a brother had a reason to betray. You were the only person who never asked for anything. You never wanted money, you just wanted me to leave. But a man cannot run the darkness when he carries it inside. And every time I tried to save you, something else was left behind. There's a secret between us, one we carry to the grave. You know everything I've done, still you chose to disappeared without you. One night they came to find me, 3 black cars outside the house. You were standing in the kitchen while I reached beneath my coat. I told you not to worry, told you everything was fine, but you saw it in my face, you knew I'd crossed another line. You whispered, what did you do? I said, something I can't undo. You asked, are they coming for you? I said, they're coming for us too. Then you took my hand in silence, like you knew what I couldn't say. And for one brief moment I forgot the life I made. We drove until the sunrise, no music, no words, no sound, just your head against the window and the city fading out. You asked me where we're going, I said anywhere but here. You said I don't need forever, I just need you to be sincere. I wanted to tell you everything, every secret, every lie, but I knew the truth would break you and I couldn't watch you cry. If loving me means lying, then I'm sorry for the cost. If protecting me means leaving, then I'll accept what we have lost. I wish I could give you daylight, I wish I could give you peace, but the life that I was born into never learned how to release. Maybe in another lifetime we could meet without the fear. You could say my name out loud and I wouldn't disappear. We found a little hotel on the edge of another town. You slept beside the window while I watched the streets below. Every car that passed us made me reach beneath my coat. Every knock against the doorway made me wonder if they knew. You woke up around midnight, saw me sitting in the dark. You said you don't have to save me. I said you're all I have. You put your hand against my face, said I know who you became, but somewhere underneath all that I still remember your name. There's a secret between us and it followed us for years, through the empty streets at midnight, through the memories and tears. There's a secret between us and I'll never tell a soul. Some secrets aren't meant for daylight, some are meant to die alone. If they ask where you were, say you never knew. If they ask who I was, say I was nobody to you. Years passed like broken records, same old city, different names. I heard they'd stop looking for me, but I never trusted change. You built a life without me, I watched it from afar. Saw your picture in the window of a little neighborhood bar. You looked happy in the photograph, and I almost called your name, but I remembered our agreement, and I walked away again. Then one winter evening I found a letter at my door. No return address upon it, just the words we'd used before. If you're still alive, come home, there's something you should know. The secret isn't safe anymore, they finally found out where you go. They were standing in the doorway, 2 shadows underneath the rain. You had fear inside your eyes, they taught us never to speak, never to question the night. What happens behind closed doors stays buried out of sight. Cars waiting in the rain, cigarette smoke in the cold. Everybody knows the rules, nobody says what they know. I learned to read a man's eyes, learn when the handshake was fake, learn that loyalty is heavy when there's everything at stake. So when they ask me what I saw, I tell them nothing at all. When they ask me who was there, I say nobody called. Oh, matter. We don't speak, we don't betray. What was buried in the darkness stays buried where it lay. Oh, matter. That's the promise that we made. I'd rather carry every secret than watch my brothers pay. There was blood beneath the headlights. Rain was washing down the street. Someone whispered someone's name. Then the silence took its seat. I remember every face there, every shadow, every sound. But I've spent my whole life learning never to turn around. They can threaten me with prison, they can promise me a way, but some things are never spoken, some debts are never paid. On the top, we don't speak, we don't betray. What was buried in the darkness stays buried where it lay. On the top, that's the promise that we made. I'd rather carry every secret than watch my brothers pay. Maybe silence made us stronger. Maybe silence made us cold. Maybe every secret buried took another piece of our souls. I still hear them in the midnight, all the voices from before, but I never tell their stories. I don't open that door. Now the streets don't look the same, and the faces disappear. I'm still carrying the memories of the men I once called dear. Everybody wants the truth now, but the truth comes with a price. And I've already paid enough for keeping people alive.